Welcome to Dev Jourknee. This channel again is focused on making sure 100 of you will be able to have a job by the end of 2023. We are going through a lot of content for you. We got this series, but before we get started, there is something I want to let you know. There is a cheat sheet, guys. There's a cheat sheet. Make sure you get the cheat sheet. It will just make your time that much easier. I wish I had a cheat sheet when I was learning. Instead, I wasn't really taking notes that well. I thought I was just memorizing everything by watching. I thought I was doing. Get the cheat sheet, spend more time doing, refer to it, and don't waste other time. All right, so without further ado, we're going to get started. Go into one of my favorite sites to code. Simple projects is called Sandbox. You saw what I did. I hit create and I hit the little static, and we're going to pull up a basic HTML page right here. So we're here today. We're going to be building a resume web page. It's going to be your first website that we're doing together. We're going to be building that out. So the first thing that we want to do is obviously acknowledge the document type at the top. As we can see, this is a HTML. It's in English. These meta tags, basically these meta tags are here. When you're sending links and you see on Twitter, there's a link and then it has a picture and some subtext to it. All of that information is coming from meta tags. On Facebook, same thing. Instagram, when you send these links out, even text messages, when you send those links out, the browsers or the messenger apps are actually pulling that metadata, and then they're creating these little cards, if you will. Okay. So all of that is in the head, which you do not see on the screen. What you see on the screen is within the body. Okay. Within the opening tag to the closing tag, inside of that, everything will be displayed on the screen. So the opening tag is just the start. The closing tag is the end. Okay. And so we're going to be building a resume. So I'm just going to be building a sample resume for you guys just to show you how simple things can be. We don't want to make anything too complicated here. Again, this is HTML. It needs to be fun and exciting. The third button next to this URL, third button to the right, we want to click that. It's going to open up our page. So we'll be able to see our changes on a bigger screen right here. Let me do a little zoom in. There we go. And we have resume at the top. It just changed it. So now we're just going to get into it. You know, I went over the tags before. So we have a H1 tag, which is a header tag. And then inside of this header tag, the first thing we want to do is put our name for a resume, right? We just want to put our name. So in my case, it's David Rogers. And I'm going to hit save on that. And we see, boom, it pops up David Rogers. Okay. And as I told you guys before, there are multiple different types of headers. Or maybe I didn't tell you before, but I'm telling you now. So in this code Sandbox also, you can just type in the element that you want, the tag that you want, without having to worry about all the brackets or anything. And it pops up down here. So this is the beauty of this IDE, Code Sandbox. There's other ones as well, Visual Studio Code, maybe some people are familiar with, or Atom. Those are more local to your computer. Here's just online. It's a little bit easier to get started and run. So boom, we have our H2 there. You could just hit enter or you can click it. And for this, what we're going to do, some contact info, information. Boom. That's our H2. We're going to hit Control S for save, or as some people, if you have a MacBook, you're going to do a Command S. And I just want to get this on one line here. Okay. Looks a little bit better that way. All right. So we have our name. We can separate it here. And if you wanted to, you can also do a few different things. So you can write even here, contact section. And if you wanted to comment it out, you can do a control/. And a control/, that's where the question mark is. When you do that, it will comment it out. And so what does that mean is if I hit save here, you notice there's no change on the actual browser itself. I was pointing like you could see my hand. There's no change over here. If I do a quick undo over here and I hit save, you're going to see comment section, contact section right there, right? So Control/, boom. It hides that. We can write whatever we want inside of there. Okay, so then we're gonna continue. And I want to do a p tag, and inside of this p tag I want to do a strong tag. And now what strong is like, it's bold, basically. Is making it the text a little bit darker. And so we want to do name, right? We've got our little name there, and again, my name is David, or well, I'm gonna put Dad Rogers right there. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. Actually, let's have that as David Rogers. And for the p tag, we're gonna do another strong tag, and inside of that strong tag we're gonna do email, and I'll put my email, Rogers at devjourknee.com there. Ooh. There we go. And we're gonna do another p tag, strong. As you can see, these get a little bit repetitive over time. So what I'm just gonna do to save some time is just paste this in another time. And then I'm just gonna add a phone here. Oh, I should be hitting save just so you guys can see the updates. And there we go. Took a second. Address. Oh, no, I don't want the address tag. There is an address tag, as you guys can see. And I'm just gonna do 123 Main Street because I don't want you guys stalking me. Not that you would, right? And for a phone number, I'm gonna do 973 555 1875. That is not my number. Actually, I probably shouldn't even do that. I'm just gonna do 555 5555. Right, let's do it like that. And I'll just, somebody's gonna give that number a call. I'm sorry to whoever number that is. I'm sorry in advance. All right, we're gonna hit save there. Boom, we have our name in bold, and you guys notice we could do a little space there. Will that pick up? There we go. Have a little space in between, so it's just not right next to the full colons. We have a little bit of space there, and it's looking pretty good. If you wanted to add, like, you know, obviously your city or town, your state, I'll put New Jersey because I'm in New Jersey, and then you want to put your zip code, you can put that right there as well. Okay, I hit save. All that pops up right there. So far so good. It's looking pretty decent. We're getting some good information up on the screen, as we can see. And we're gonna just keep moving on. We're gonna try to build a nice full-fledged resume with dummy data. Dummy data meaning that it's not real, obviously. We're not trying to say anything that I put is dumb. Okay, so we have a summary. We're gonna have a summary section. And again, just a recap, right? If we wanted to have this is a good place. This is a good way to take notes by taking comments, right? And again, in case we forgot what that is control plus the /, which is the question mark, right? This is how you get to the comment. This is how you comment stuff out right there. Okay, so summary section. Remember, you guys can take notes here. Like a H tag does this, a strong tag does this. You can take notes right in your code. So that way, when you look back at your code a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, you remember what was actually going on inside of your code. Because sometimes, trust me, you will forget. There's a lot of things that happen in your life and you will forget that. Okay, so we're gonna have another p tag. So inside of the summary, we want to put some lorem ipsum, and this is just filler text. Right, so you're gonna see that sometimes when you're mocking up sites and you're making websites, you just need a paragraph of something there, and you don't want to actually come up with a whole bunch of words. You just want to have something that somewhat looks like English or just letters, you know, and it represents, it's basically a placeholder for your text, right? And so we're just going to move on from there. So we have that section down packed. We're going to go for another H2. We have our summary, and let's go over the education. You know, very important in resumes. Education section, as you can see, we're just filling in the text slowly. And remember, the last time we went over this, hopefully you're not too lost, but the last video we went over basic tags, right? And just how to put them in. So here we're gonna again do our p tag, our strong. I just pasted it from last time. I already had it in the clipboard. So we're gonna paste that in. We have our p tag, we have our strong. I'm gonna do degree here, right? If you have a degree, this is where it would go. If you don't have a degree, then it doesn't matter. You don't have to have that. Obviously, this is your resume. So we can do Bachelor of Arts. I actually have a Bachelor's of Arts in Law and Society, I believe, and Africana Studies, but I'm just leave it at that one. We're gonna hit save. Okay, and I believe I spelled society right. So if I did, let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure I did. All right, and then we're gonna do another strong tag, p tag, and then inside of that we want it bold. We want to say what university we got it from. All right, we got it from, ooh, there we go. We got it from the University of, actually university / college, because not everybody goes to university. I did not. And inside of here, I want to say Ramapo College of New Jersey. And down here, we're going to do a P tag, and we're going to put, excuse my dog, she's so rude. We're going to do the year, and we're going to put in whatever the year you graduated in. And I'm just going to leave it at 1900. I did not obviously graduate in 1900, but yeah. Okay, so we have what is starting to look like some type of information. It's not all styled up and looking super beautiful right now. That's for later lessons, right? The later lessons, we're gonna get into that. But right now, this is something that we can send to somebody if they want to know what we've done, right? Who are we? Where are we in life? It's like, oh, I don't have a paper resume, but if you go to this, you can see my name, my email, my phone number, my address, a summary of what I am, who I'm about, where I went to school, right? And then obviously the resume doesn't end there. If you have any work experience, then we're gonna do an H2. We're gonna do experience here. Experience. And then we're gonna do those strong P tags again. We're gonna put the company right in here. Boom. Hopefully you guys are starting to see kind of how repetitive this is becoming. And in between this in tag here, we're gonna put, I don't know, ABC Incorporated, whatever the company name is. We're gonna hit save, and we're gonna see that company name down here. And again, guys, if there, like, you notice there's no space here, you could just come in, hit that space right there, and you're gonna see the update with the space. So I didn't do it in a few different places here. Hit that save, and now we have the proper spacing in between those. It's literally that simple. Just to recap, so we have this P tag. So all of this information is in a P tag this year. This is all one P tag. Inside of that P tag, we have other tags, which is a strong tag, which is bolding in it, like making it bold. And so as we can see, the bold tag starts here, the strong tag starts here. Whatever inside of these two tags, year, full colon, will be bold inside, right? And this is the closing tag to let the computer know, all right, stop. Nothing else will be bold. Everything outside of this is just going to be whatever is the previous opening tag here, which is 1900. Okay, and then we're going to go down here to H2 experience, and it's going to do the same thing. Everything inside of the H2, inside of these two tags will be the second header. Okay, and we're going to keep moving on. etc., etc. Sorry, I just like to do recaps from time to time. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Hopefully it helps solidify the information that we covered, because I am trying to move somewhat at a quick pace. Okay, so then we're gonna have position, right? What position were you in, or what position did you work as? And here, oh, there's also another way. You could do a space here as well, just to let you guys know that. And then you don't need to do a space after the strong tag. And you can do software engineer, because that's where all of you guys want to be, of course, or you already are. If you're coding this, then guess what, guys? You guys are technically web developers. You're developing something on the web, so definitely give yourself a pat on your back if you are actually in fact coding this, not just watching, but make sure you're coding. Because I used to think like, oh, I don't actually have to code, I can just watch things, and then it's just gonna absorb, I'm just gonna be able to do it. And then I realized that doesn't necessarily work. So we got our duration right there. How long have we been working there from? So let's say from January to January 1995. Oof. Now let's do something more recent. Let's do 2023. So from January 2023 to present. Boom. Hit save. Sorry if I say boom a lot. I hit save. We scroll down over here. We have the duration. We got our experience there. And we want to go to the next one, and we want to copy and paste that p tag with the strong tag inside of it again. And we just want to do a description of the services that we have rendered at the particular company. Description of services. And within this, we want to hit up another Lorem Ipsum. Hit save on that. And all I did to minimize that was click this button here, which has the files. We'll get into what these files do, what this means all later. You could just minimize that for now, and that way it gives a better view on the screen. And I'm noticing I might be blocking a lot of the text, and if so, I do apologize. And I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller and put me on the other side of the screen, like a so. There we are. So here's all the code. You guys can definitely see that. I apologize for being a little bit slow on that. But boom, we got it up. And again, if you wanted to do this again, here's the shortcut. If you have multiple companies, you can just come here, a lot of experience, boom, you could just copy and paste that over again. Now, obviously, you don't want to get confused, so you might want to leave some spacing in between right here. And then also, you can even do company. You can literally do this, company number 2, and then comment that line out. All right, and you can come up here, company number 1, and you can comment that line out as well. And then it's just a good way for you to be able to go and look in your code and see things. Even though, being a professional software engineer, comments are not, you don't want code in your, you don't want comments in your code. But when you're learning, I strongly recommend it to just be able to look back and really solidify a lot of information. You don't need to be super professional right now. All you need to do is actually just get started and start coding things. Feel confident in what you're doing, okay? Just feel confident, and don't let nobody like talk down to you or anything like that. Especially don't talk down to yourself, because it's very easy to. And so maybe I'll change the second company's name. So instead of ABC, let's do XYZ. Okay, so we have 2 companies here, and let's do junior here. And obviously the time will have to be different. We can do 22, and we can do January, and then we can do 2023, just to make it like kind of map out well, right? There's other things that you can do, you guys, if you wanted to add some, like, it's not necessarily styling, but you can add a horizontal line, which is HR here. We're gonna hit save, and it's just gonna add some lines. So depending on where you want to put this, you can put it here, You can literally put it wherever you want. The way that I'm moving this up and down is Alt and down key. So yeah, down, up, wherever you want to put it. You can put it here. Hit save. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah. So that's an option. I'm just gonna take it away from now. And that's a basic resume. It has pretty much everything that we need to display all the information to any employer, right? That's pretty much what we will have. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I know this was much longer of a video than the other one, but we did build out a full resume. Now, how would I send this to a friend? Remember, we have this screen here. So what this is actually doing is it's reading the old HTML, the initial HTML when this site was first rendered, when the site was first loaded. So if we re-render it, if we refresh it, reload the page, it's going to look at that HTML code here that we just wrote. It's going to look at it again. And it's going to make the updated changes, as you can see here. So boom, we have that. And now a simple way is we can take this URL and we can share it with a friend. And boom, that's our resume, right? We made our first website. It's literally that simple. You can come over here. You can take this URL link right here. They're both the same links. You can take that, and Code Sandbox is kind of what I like about it. It's so simple because it's already hosting your site up for you. So it's not much work that you have to do right now. Now, again, like I said, we will be getting into this later. We will be figuring out how to deploy it from scratch on our own. But for now, we just got to get coding down. We just got to get HTML down. What is it doing? Let's not overcomplicate it. And lastly, I definitely want to say, please don't try to memorize all these tags. Don't try to memorize them. The more that you do it, the more it will become second nature to you. It's just going to be easier. The more that you do, the more that you practice, it'll just be easier. The other thing that I will say is, for sure, download the cheat sheet. Just download the cheat sheet. It's just gonna make things so much easier for you, right? Because you don't have to memorize. Oh, what was that? Oh, let me go back to the video. What? No, you have the cheat sheet. Just look at the cheat sheet, apply what you need from the cheat sheet, and keep moving on. Add more information here. I'm so excited to see what you guys have. Definitely share it in the comments below. Please do not actually have your real phone number and your real address there. If you don't mind email, you can definitely do that. But respect your own privacy, I would say, because you don't know who is stalking the internet at times. So thank you guys. Again, the goal is to get 100 of you jobs. Share with your mother, share with your brother, share with your cousin, your father, your uncle, your baby daddy, your baby mama. Share it with everybody because they need to know also what it is that you're doing so that they can support you. All right, guys, take it easy.